Now, if you guys don't know, Lil Durk has been incarcerated, facing these charges on the death of Rondo's best friend. Him and a couple others have been caught up on this. Now, he's been behind bars fighting, trying to get bail so he can await this trial in the comfort of his own home. Now, the unfortunate part is that in this recent bail hearing, he recently tried to give up $2.3 million in equity in 2 homes in Georgia and $1 million in cash that was going to come from Sony Music. Now, the thing is that the prosecutors came in there and told the judge, listen, man, we can't let this guy out because we're investigating him on another murder, which went down on supposedly the guys that took out the dudes that killed his brother, D-Thing, a few years ago. Now, if you tell me, like, yo, this is literally shambles, you know what I mean? Like, and this is shambles to the ultimate extent, because here are your lawyers already fighting an initial murder charge for you, right? And here are the feds behind the scene unsealing another indictment that not yet charging you with anything, but letting you know, like, yo, listen, we think that you had something to do with this. And if your ass think you coming home to fight these charges, that's not happening. So unfortunately for Lil Durk, it seems like just like Diddy, he will have to sit behind bars and wait for trial. Now Diddy is also sitting behind bars because it's the same situation. They're looking at him like, yo, he's a danger. And that's what a lot of the times these prosecutors try to do. You know what I mean? They try to paint you as danger. Because if you're dangerous, they're not gonna let your ass outside. Like, it could be anything, right? You could be a scammer. You could be a million other things. But when the prosecutors are trying to frame you as someone that's a danger to society because you might hurt individuals for your own potential gains, yeah, they're gonna kind of be like, hold up, buddy. You know what I mean? Because from what it seems like, right? Looking throughout the entire case of Lil Durk, it seems more of like this whole case is more based off he say, she say, because there's not much evidence, right? That's why his lawyer, if you guys don't remember, his lawyer came out and he said, like, yo, listen, like, he's gonna come home because from what we're seeing, the feds don't have any type of evidence. But it seems like to me, like the feds have somebody that's been snitching, right? Somebody that's been wearing a wire for a while and they haven't said anything yet. Yo, the feds is so different than the state, right? Because in the state comes after you, like, yo, all their cards are on the table, right? The feds, they'll come lock you up, right? They'll present enough charges to the judge where they can get an arrest warrant on you. They'll lock your ass up, right? And they'll have your lawyers literally like just like in shambles, right? And then as the days go by, they're just unsealing other shit and they're just unsealing other things and they're just adding other shit. Yo, listen, man. From what it seems to me, the feds know a lot more than what they're saying, but they're not telling us everything they know. And one thing I could tell you is that we all know how the feds rock. When they come lock your ass up, they know that for a fact they're gonna hold you for some time. Now, it's kind of weird now because we all know people to be scared of the feds. But yo, we seen NBA YoungBoy get hit with a whole bunch of federal charges, and he's coming home. They're saying NBA YoungBoy coming home in like 3 months. So I think right now, Lil Durk is not so scared as people think. You know, I think he's sitting behind bars and just playing the waiting game. And he's probably like, yo, listen, man, I'm gonna sit here, let my lawyers do what they do. Cause yo, at the end of the day, let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest. Lil Durk is not like the first time that he's locked up behind bars. You know what I mean? It's not the first time that Lil Durk is in the situation. You know what I mean? Lil Durk understands that, yo, listen, man, I gotta sit quiet here and let my lawyers do what they do because I could potentially come home. Now, let me tell you guys something, man. Somebody that should have also sat behind bars for a couple extra months was also Young Thug. You know what I mean? But that's another topic we're going to get into because Young Thug was one of those that if he would have sat behind bars for another 3 months, he probably would have came home with a clean record instead of having to sit in California facing 20 years of probation. It is what it is. But listen, man, it seems like people were wrong about Lil Durk, right? Because people were saying, Lil Durk ain't sliding for Von. Lil Durk ain't sliding for D-Thing. And in fact, it's just so unfortunate that Lil Durk was almost pushed to the limit where he was rapping about the things that he was doing. Lil Durk was at the point where he was out here telling the public in his music that he was sliding for Von. That he was in fact sliding for D-Thing. You know what I mean? Like, Lil Durk was out here doing that work. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying his hit is on a mission. Allegedly, you know what I mean? Because we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, man. Yo. Now, do I think Lil Durk is gonna do some time on this? Man, listen. The way that this is looking, we don't know if there's a snitch or not. But if there's not no snitch, just like his lawyer said, there's no evidence. You know what I mean? So like, I don't see how Lil Durk is doing any time on this. You know what I mean? But the feds ain't stupid. You know what I mean? You move on again against somebody like Lil Durk to put him behind bars. You're stopping the bag. So if Lil Durk does come out and win this case, big lawsuit for the feds. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the whole thing about Lil Durk. He will sit behind bars for now. We don't know when this trial is set to take place sometime next year. And y'all know what we do. We're gonna keep you updated here in the DaShmackHouse, man. That's what we do, man. It says here, Lil Durk has been accused of having a role in another murder, which occurred in Chicago 2 years ago, per AV or whatever. Court records that were unsealed Thursday allege that he is behind the fatal 2022 shooting of Stefan Mack. The rapper is already facing murder charges and alleged for murder for hire. He is alleged to have planned to kill Taekwon Bowman, the Georgia rapper known as Quando Rondo. Nah, they got the wrong information. Oh, planned to kill. Okay, but obviously they killed the other dude, yeah. Because they wanted to get Quando. That's what they really wanted to get. So look, it says here, that money was offered for the people to kill those responsible for his brother's murder, and more specifically, offering to pay money for any gangster disciple that is killed. The search warrant states that Lil Durk's brother, Dante Banks Jr., was shot and killed outside an Illinois nightclub in June of 2021. Evidence collected in this case also shows the defendant has allegedly placed monetary bounties to solicit other murders, including a family member of a witness. Damn, yo, nah, my nigga Lil Durk was putting them hits out. Ain't no way, yo. California prosecutor stated in a brief, according to the LA Times, defendant modus operandi is clear. He will use his power, his money, his influence, and any pre-trial release to endanger anyone who he perceives as a threat, including witness in this case. And that is why they're not going to try to let him out. You know what I mean? Because they're looking at him. They're trying to tell the prosecutor's telling the judge, yo, listen, man, our case is only strong based on witnesses, because that's all they have probably, right? So they're like, we can't let this guy out because he's potentially going to intimidate witnesses, or probably even harm him, or probably even murk him. You know what I mean? Clap him. It's the same problem that's happening with Diddy right now. That's why they don't let Diddy out. Because before Diddy got locked up, he was intimidating witnesses. He was trying to, hit him up, like trying to get them to change their story. In the case the feds had hit him up. Yeah, nah, it's not looking good for Durk, man. It is not looking good for Durk, man. And it's crazy, right? Because somebody at the height that Lil Durk was at, to be out here, yo, it's crazy, bro. I would have never, ever been doing a thing. Yo, Lil Durk, you gotta let it go, man. And the streets come, you're gonna pay the price for the things that you do on the streets. It's just what it is, man. You're gonna pay your dues at the end of the day. When you do dirty work in these streets, you're gonna pay the price. Everybody has some way, shape, or form. And listen, you might get away with it. I'm not gonna tell you that there hasn't been people that have done things that are dirty in the street and they gotten away with it. But you know what happens to most of those people is that just like you know what I mean? You got away with a couple other things, you know what I mean? But then again, it comes back to you already got away with it once, so you think you can go ahead and do it again. But anyways, man, yeah, man, it's just unfortunate, bro. Somebody at the height of Lil Durk, making the money that Lil Durk was, you should have left the streets at the streets, the beef in the streets, and just, yo, move on from that. Because there's nothing good that comes out of it. You know what I mean? Here we are. Quando Rondo is now, he's going to jail to serve 33 months. Supposedly he'd be home in less than a year. You know what I mean? So Quando Rondo, which is the guy, check this out, guys, and tell me if Lil Durk didn't take the biggest L. If Lil Durk ends up doing life for this, I gotta be honest with you, man. Lil Durk done took the biggest L. You know what I mean? Because it's sad, right? Check it out. Quando Rondo is not here with us because he got clapped, and now his man's Lil Durk tried to slide for fucking Von, but he failed. This nigga failed that sliding for Von because the nigga that Von was fighting the day that he got clapped is still gonna be out in like 2 years. All he gonna do is go do like 2 years for a drug trafficking charge, and that nigga gonna be out in like 2 years, which is Quando Rondo. You feel me? The day that King Von got clapped, he was fighting Quando Rondo. And then the guy that killed King Von is still roaming the streets and he's a free man. Lil Durk, you should have just held your head high and kept it chucking, my nigga. And said, fuck this shit. This is a L, bro. I gotta keep it all the way funky. You took the L, my nigga. You know how you would have won? You would have kept killing it. Quando Rondo was never gonna be as big as Lil Durk. Lil Tim, which was the dude that clapped King Von, wasn't gonna be as big as Lil Durk. Kill him with success. That's how you kill him. But it feels like you took the biggest L because now you're going to have to sit behind bars probably for the rest of your life. King Von is no longer here. And the dude that King Von was fighting is still alive. And the dude that clapped him is still alive. And in probably like 2 years when when Quando Rondo comes home, these niggas is going to throw a whole concert in Chicago turning the fuck up. While your ass sits behind bars and King Von is dead. How is that a W? D-Thing was in the hood. When D-Thing got clapped, he was in the hood. Nigga was in the hood. He was gonna get clapped. Of course, nigga, what you doing? You rich. Your brother's a multi-millionaire. Your brother's making music with Drake. What the fuck you doing in the hood? But these niggas want to be in the hood at the end of the day. It's something about the hood that they like. It is what it is, man. The streets come with a price. You know what I mean? The streets come with a price. It is unfortunate for Lil Durk, but it might be too late for him to learn. I feel like that last time that he got away on them charges, that was just like his warning. You know what I mean? That was his warning, bro. But we'll see what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, his lawyers are right. They don't have any evidence. You know what I mean? The feds don't have anything. Hopefully his lawyer's right. I hope his lawyers are right. You know what I mean? I hope his lawyers are right. Yes, I hope his lawyers are right.